why did the people that were supposed to be, the champions and the aces at communication fail to really communicate their value proposition? What happened?
Firstly, it's very gratifying that it rankled a lot of people. What's a column without a poke? I think, to your question, the business model is essentially a legacy business model. And the arrival of the holding company, which happened in the last 40 to 50 years, actually it began with Marion Harper and resulted in what is now called the Interpublic Group, IPG, in the 60s, but very famously driven by the force of nature, Sir Martin Sorrell and WPP, this conglomerate as its present form, holding companies sweeping from PR on the one hand to media planning and servicing on the other, all nature of advertising services being accommodated under one roof. This was a financially great model, but it also led to the financialization of creative duties. And what has happened, therefore, is as the digital tornado hit town, it led to an emasculation of those who created content. Basically, and I've written about this in Storyboard, I call it Go Me's on Talk. Google, Meta, Amazon, and TikTok. Out of $1 trillion of advertising outside of China, they take $700 billion. Naturally, they took it only from legacy media. The gain loss was very clear. Once $700 billion of joy flows out of legacy media, it's a downward spiral. Because remember, advertising is a value exchange. Consumers put up with advertising so as to get subsidized or even free content. And once that amount of value flows out, then the resulting model is on refining the poorer alternatives. And that's not good for society, that's not good for brand building, that's not good, I would say, for democracy, because even getting a vote is a marketing exercise at the end of the day. So the reason why this model of holding companies is progressively been in trouble is, firstly, it does not differentiate between service and a system. Each era, Dilshad, has its governing logic. You have to follow the money. The industrial era was about scaling up efficiency. The information era was about scaling up reach. The algorithmic era was about self-learning systems. But the AI era, the cloud capital era, as Yanis Varoufakis famously called it, is about things that grow while you sleep. So it is about accretive models. It's about owning intellectual property. It's about owning data. It's about proprietary frameworks. It is no longer about taking a brief, renting out a bench of people who are good at developing content and finishing the campaign, or even a retainer model. So you have to distinguish that the service model no longer works, but the system model is hugely rewarding, gets you huge multipliers in terms of valuation. And this is where I think the holding companies have missed the bus a little bit.